Hello and welcome to the Ryan Michad Classic Firearms channel. I'm Ryan Michad, and basically this is going to be a short video describing the bad day at the range and revolvers can, in fact, malfunction that actually happened to me today. So I was doing a little practice with the new pocket holster I got from Cabela's a couple weeks ago. And I was using my Smith & Wesson Model 60, which I believe was made in the late 1970s, maybe early 1980s. Stainless steel, 5-shot 38 special revolver. Still has the hammer-mounted firing pin, doesn't have the frame-mounted firing pin. And I was doing, I haven't really used speed loaders too much recently. I used to practice with them quite a bit, but where it's been really cold here, I haven't had a chance to get out and practice. So, admittedly, I was really rusty on my speed loader usage with my my Model 60, and also we were shooting wad cutters, which are flat-nosed bullets. So the problem there is usually with a speed loader, you actually have the rounded noses of the bullets or the hollow points kind of guide the rounds into the gun. With the wad cutters, it's much harder because they're flat pointed, so they tend to catch up on the outsides of the chambers. And also, I use an HKS speed loader because that's the one that I have for my my J-frame. It's a HKS, I believe it's 36. Yeah, 36. And basically, these are the turn button type, so when you turn this knob, all the rounds drop out, and that's how you release them into the cylinder. I have to end up actually getting one of the Safariland ones. I like those much better. I've used them on a larger gun, like my Model 19, and you basically just, as you're putting the speed loader into the gun, the heel of your hand hits the knob on the back and releases the rounds. And that's much more intuitive. This is sort of counterintuitive because you're pushing it into the gun already. So if you can hit that little knob on the back and release them, it's much easier. Because with this one, you have to put the rounds in and then twist, and they'll dump out. So that was the first problem I had. Plus, I didn't have the speed loader in an advantageous position. When you watch the video, you'll notice I dump the rounds out, and then I'm fumbling to get the speed loader out of my front pocket. Usually in the summertime, I carry my speed loader down on like near my waist in my pocket or something where I can get to it. But with all the heavy clothing on, I didn't really have a place to put it. So that really cut down on the speed, or didn't cut down. It added to the time it took me to reload and actually get the speed loader out of my pocket. But the main thing that happened today when I went to the range was the bolt, which Smith & Wesson calls the bolt. I would call it something else because to me the bolt is what goes up into the cylinder notch and stops the cylinder from rotating. But anyway, the bolt on my Model 60 sheared off. The front part of it that pushes the center pin in the rear of the cylinder, the part that pushes it in to release the cylinder from the gun, actually sheared off. So if you watch the video, which will be right after this here, you'll see me, I come out of the pocket, I do 5 shots, the reload, 5 more shots, and then afterwards I try to open the gun up and I can't. So I actually ended up having to make sure all the cases I had were empty that were in the gun, and then I could not get the gun open. It would function. The cylinder would go over as you cocked the hammer and you pulled the trigger. That would work, but I couldn't get the cylinder open. So when I got home, I had a friend of mine look at it with me with a second set of eyes, basically to make sure I wasn't seeing things. And we were looking at it, and the bolt actually sheared off. So the part that pushes the cylinder pin in and releases the cylinder sheared off. So it basically rendered the gun inoperable. So we've never said before that revolvers are infallible. Revolvers are, they never break, and this, that, and the other thing. Revolvers do break. They may not break as often or malfunction as often as semi-automatic pistols, but they do break. And the problem is with a revolver, when they break, they tend to break in a manner that renders the gun completely inoperable. Luckily, if I had been using this gun in a serious situation, I was still able to fire the gun. After the 5 shots I had in the gun were gone, I wouldn't have been able to fire anymore. So that was the only thing. You can't reload. So it did malfunction. It didn't render the gun completely inoperable, but basically if I would have needed to reload it, I would have been in trouble. So let's just take a look at the video here, and it doesn't really show much in terms of the breakage, but I will include a few pictures at the end of the video to show the broken bolt, and just to show you that revolvers can in fact malfunction. So say we're just standing there, you got your hand in your pocket, there's a guy coming at you, attacking you, whatever.
You're dead.
Yep. This slow.
Well, it was good knowing you, Ryan.
I know.
It's cold hands, man. The attacker would have had cold hands.
Have a good time.
Hey, thanks for having us out here. We'll see you.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
You too.
Anytime.
Cool.